Hello, and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. So today I'm going to get super real and honest with you. I've discovered, and I giggle here because I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm an empowerment coach and I like motivating people and inspiring people and things like that. And I found myself on the hamster wheel of negativity where I've just been kind of growly and kind of grr. I was walking with a friend the other week, where we walk and let things out in the forest. And I was really frustrated and growly and I was like, what is going on? Like I got caught in this negative yuckiness and it's a spiral. And I've talked about it all the time, but here I am like trapped in this negativity. The thing is, negativity just feeds off negativity. So it's like a snowball. Like it starts out small and you roll it and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what I was feeling. Or like that. And then I was like trapped on this like I'm like, just keep going. And I'm just negative. And then I had to be like, whoa, Jody, this isn't fun. You're not feeling good. Like I had to have a conversation with myself. And it wasn't about getting mad at myself. Because getting mad at ourselves, beating ourselves up, being angry at ourselves doesn't help anything, right? It just makes ourselves get more sad, more frustrated, more angry, and all those things. So I had to like really love myself in that moment and go, wow, what is going on? What do I need right now? And things like that. So I've been taking a personal health week, and I'll get into that in a different episode. And I've just been giving myself extra love. So we've had a lot of high energy, high emotions, crazy stuff happening. Our schedule's been full, and I've been sharing about this. So I haven't been taking care of me as much as I usually do. I also haven't been checking in with my feelings and giving myself the things I need as much. And one thing as well, like last week when I was really negative and growly, I was like, who is this person? Like I would listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I'm like, who am I? Like who took over my body? Seriously. And I'm still not 100%, but I realized that I needed to focus on sleep. Sleep is so, so important. So I'm taking care of a lot of things. And so I just took some time. And again, I didn't beat myself up. And I was reminding myself too of all the things I share with everybody else. It's like the energy you put out is what you get back. And nothing was working because I was just in a negative vibration. So I was like angry and negative and just awful. Seriously, I was just a hot mess of angry and just so negative. And again, nothing was flowing in my life because I was so angry and negative. I was not focusing on the things I'm grateful for, which gratitude itself helps us get out of those vibrations, those negative vibrations. Now, the other thing I'd like to add is I used to have I still have anger and things like that, but I used to follow where it's the law of attraction, think positive and then positivity comes in and things like that. And I do believe in that. However, I used to have it where it's like I fake it till I make it. So I was really angry, sad, lonely, and all these things, but I pretended to be happy. And that only left me more frustrated, angry, and sad because I was pretending to be happy when I wasn't. So I know how important it is to be happy, excited, and loving, and all these things. Those are really good feelings, really good vibrations going out into the world. However, if I just pretend to be happy, those feelings are still there. They're just glossed over, and then they're even more angry because they're not being looked at, they're being neglected. So I know personally it's about asking the questions like, what do I need right now? Do I need a hug? Do I need a nap? Do I need to go to bed more often? I was like, I need a break from work. I was like, let's stop having so much on my plate and just taking time for me. And the thing is so you need to figure out what's going on when you're feeling things. So it's not great to be in those negative vibrations in like I've been waking up negative and I don't love it. And I'm like, what is going on? So I know I don't love it because it's not who I am. It's not in line with who I am, my bubbly personality. I don't feel like myself. Like I said, I'm like, who's in my body? Like who took it over and things like that. So instead of just like, no, this isn't me, I'm happy, I actually have to go digging deeper. Like, why am I feeling angry right now? Why am I feeling frustrated? Why am I so negative all the time? And we have had a lot of feelings going on in our house with different things going on, and our schedule is quite something else these days. And I don't love it. So we're readjusting, making sure we're not doing too much. But it's also making sure I get sleep. And a big one is, and I was telling my oldest the other day, is I'm focusing on my stress management, because in life, stress is happening. Like we could like hide out and never be stressed ever again, because we'll just like be hiding away from the world. So there is going to be stress usually, like not always, but like there's going to be stressful moments. So it's not about hiding or running from stress, but it's learning to do things so you're less stressed out. So, I've been really focusing on my yoga practice, tapping, meditating, sleeping, and things like that, and eating well. And I know part of it is linked to inflammation in my body, because over the weekend I did eat some cheese and things like that, a lot more than I normally would. So I can feel it in my body. So it's a lot of things. So it's just honoring where I'm at. But let's be honest, like this frustration has been there before this weekend. It's just one more thing I've been looking at recently to like help myself through this. But the thing is, we can get caught in that negative hamster wheel, or get caught in that snowball and just keep going downhill, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it just feels like yuckier and yuckier and yuckier. And it's like, wait, enough is enough. And it's not running from it, but it's like meeting it head on. Being like, look, I know you're here. This is what's happening right now. And it's like, why? Because our feelings are there for a reason. So when I get angry a lot of the time, it's because I'm missing something. Or sometimes like it's like my kids and me, like either I'm hungry, but most of the time, like, it's not hunger anymore for me, but it could be sleep. Like, am I getting enough sleep? Because when we're sleeping, then we can self-regulate our feelings and emotions better too. We can take better care of ourselves when we are fully rejuvenated, sleep-wise, food, exercise, all those things. So anyways, that was a big one too, is like, I need to move my body in loving ways. I know I felt so much better both times after walking through the forest with my friend and things like that. So I'm so honest right here, because like I've been struggling with negativity, and I know how crappy it is to be there, because then I'm drawing more negative stuff into my life. Like it just keeps popping up, right? So at the end of last week, I think I was like, enough is enough. I need to stop this insanity, and I need to like pivot and go a different direction. So that's what I've been doing. I've been really just trying to figure out what's showing up, why, making sure I'm sleeping, things like that. Now, the fun thing is that I can't always control how much sleep I get, because life does happen. I've been trying my best, and that's all we can do sometimes, is trying our best. And it's just honoring where you are, knowing, and a big one is awareness. So just becoming aware. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm aware of this, and I'm aware I need to change. And that's making small steps towards that change, or big steps, really, depending on where you're at. But it's not about shoving happy feelings on top of frustration and anger and sadness and all those things. It's about peeling back the layers and asking yourself those questions. Like, why am I being negative right now? And I know how important it is to be positive. I feel so much better when I am. I'm more loving. I'm more caring. I'm more just awesome. I feel lighter. Life flows so much better. So I know what it feels like to be there. So then being in this area, and I've been going through some different things health-wise, and I've just been trying to refine myself through the wonderful waves of life. And it's been like, trying to ride the wave instead of getting sucked under. And that's where I've been feeling like I've been under the waves, getting pounded down. And it's about perspective. So I'm like, I need to get back on top, ride that wave of life. And, there's some big waves, some little waves. And it's just getting there. And it's about honoring ourselves and loving ourselves through those moments. And again, first it starts with awareness. I'm like, ooh. And it's not running from them or pushing down the negative ones and just covering them up with positive. It's also, like I said, changing your perspective. And also for me, it's rewriting my story. So I've clearly been writing myself into this negative pattern. And it's about rewriting it. And it's so fun because I'm not going to lie, it kind of sucks. It sucks being here because the person I am is not here. Like, this is not me. This is not my true self. And I lived at my true self. Hopefully that makes sense. So I've been there. I know how it feels. And I know how amazing it is to be honoring exactly who I am. So being kind of lost in this wave of heaviness and stuff has really taught me some stuff, some really big, beautiful lessons, and reminded me that life is a journey. There's ups and downs. And I really just have to ride those waves, the ups and downs, and honor myself, love myself more, and really just be okay with that. It's a really big, beautiful lessons here. And, because I've known what it feels like to be on the other side, I can sometimes get frustrated because I just want to get there. I just want to get back there. It's like, why am I not there now? And it's this impatientness to it, right? Like, why can't I just get there, right? And it's about honoring all the steps to get back there. Life is a journey, an adventure, really. And, it doesn't feel good going backwards, but it's about changing perspective because I'm not really going backwards. And I've mentioned in a different episode that life isn't a straight line. It's ups and downs, curves and winds and all of zigzags, all that stuff. And right now, like, I'm riding a really curvy road. And it just feels a little nauseating at times. And it's about experiencing it and embracing those moments, though. Because I know that when I get to the other end, I'm going to be so much more confident in myself, more in love with myself, and more just really in line with who I am, and really just honoring myself so much more. And like, there's just going to be so much more, like, it's just going to be good. So as much as I don't love the ups and downs and or in this like hamster wheel of negativity, it's like, okay, I'm here right now. I am here. This is me. This is my life. And it's loving myself through it to get back to that positiveness that I know I am, that really is me. That when something happens, I can just like let it go because it's okay. Or that I can feel it and then let it go. And the other thing I'd like to share is I did say that we have some like big things going on in our life and big emotions and stuff. And I do take on my kids' emotions. So I am learning to figure out how to better move through that. So maybe there'll be a podcast episode later on that. But I did turn to my husband going, I need to learn how to emotional dump because I take on everybody else's emotions. And then I'm like, where am I supposed to put it all? So I'm learning to figure out how to take in my kids' emotions and then letting them go. So I'm going to be honest with you that like I am working through that. I just wanted to share with my negativity because I feel if it's happening to me, it might be happening to you, or maybe you've experienced it, or maybe down the line you will. I'm not sure. But negative stuff does happen, or we get lost in the negativity wheel, and it can be really hard to get out because then all of a sudden we're just in it. It's the thing we lean on. It's become our new normal. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't want this to be my new normal. I've decided I'm getting off this hamster wheel and I'm doing something about it. Right? So sometimes it's, we're there. It's becoming aware of it. And then be like, enough is enough. I'm going to do something different because I don't feel like feeling like this anymore. and then working through all those feelings to move forward. So, and it's really about, like I said, rewriting your story, picking a different emotion. Affirmations are really good. I need to start really thinking more about those. I've been leaning on tapping a lot, honestly, lately. My yoga practice, meditation, and again, sleep. But affirmations are also really, really good. It can be like, I'm not good enough. And then you reverse it to like, I'm doing the best I can right now. You can change, like, so whatever negative thing you're telling yourself is, you can use a different affirmation. Hopefully that makes sense. I was just thinking as I'm talking. So sorry. So I was thinking about what's showing up negatively in my life, or what was, until I kind of like, I'm starting to pivot. And a big one was for me, things were just happening in life. It just seemed like everything was going wrong. And I'm just like, though, it could be like the life is out to get me. That was kind of like, I don't know if I said it too much, but that's what I was feeling. Like life just felt like everything bad was happening. I'm like, what's next? Right? I was kind of expecting things to just keep crumbling. But instead it's like, no, it's like the universe, has my back, and just leaning back into my spiritual practice and knowing that the universe is there to help guide me and support me. So it's this really good reminder. And then gratitude. Gratitude is so good. And then remembering that love is so much stronger than fear and negativity. So it was like, for me, it's just like focusing on love, focusing on feeling good and things like that. So just getting on to like hopping off that hamster wheel, or even the train of negativity, and getting back on that positivity train. But again, it's so important to understand why. Especially like if you're like me and you were very positive, loving, and you were flowing. Things were good, and then things weren't good. So it's figuring out why, asking yourself, because there's so many good lessons in those moments, lessons in growth, that you get to know yourself better. And that's where I'm at right now, where I am building and creating a deeper, loving relationship with myself, because it's not just a point A to B, like I'm here and then I'm there. It's a continuous journey of life. And like, as long as I'm alive, it's a journey of self-love. There's going to be things where I need to learn to love myself more and to love myself through. Then there's moments of like, okay, I acted like that. I said that. I was very negative. And it's allowing myself to feel that and then understand what's behind those feelings. Peeling back the layers to understand. It's like, did I trigger something from my childhood? And it's just learning from that. So right now, I was just thinking this beautiful time in my life where I'm growing and healing and learning so much deeper again. So it's just really been beautiful. So anyways, I'm sharing that with you because negative stuff can be so heavy, and so it can be so hard to get out of. So if you've been negative and you just feel like you're in a rut or stuck, give yourself a hug and just know that it doesn't have to be like this forever. Take a moment, ask yourself what's showing up for you. What do you need to learn from this moment? Maybe write some affirmations out. I always encourage people too that have negative thoughts and stuff, or don't even know for sure, is just write your thoughts down for the day or a week or a month, depending on your life. So just kind of catching yourself. Because again, awareness is key. Awareness is the number one thing. So it's writing it down. And then afterwards, you can look at that list. And there's possibly a theme. And then taking that and rewriting those negative thoughts to a positive thought. And you can start training your mind, and those words you tell yourself, you can change them from negative to positive. But again, you can go deeper and peel those layers back and ask yourself, why are these negative thoughts coming up in the first place? I hope this has helped. Thank you so, so much for being here. I am so grateful for you. Thank you again for being here, and just, thank you so much. And if you love this or like it, please share it with others. Don't keep this podcast a secret. There is also free resources on my website under free resources. And the link for my website is in the description below. Thank you again. Take care. Bye for now. Have a beautiful day.